They can definitely hear that phone. I'm doing the podcast, by the way. I just started recording. He's walking by a TikTok on full volume right outside my door. Okay. I'm just going to start, Sam, and feel free to jump in.
You were never really a god. You were never even a man.
Hey, now you say that. I mean, I think I'm probably a little bit closer to a god. I mean, he makes us in his image, and I'm taking communion every single day, every hour. So I think I got enough of God's body in me at this point that,
hey man, stop talking. I got a kryptonite spear to your throat.
hey, kryptonite, it's kind of like celery juice. Even you got his celery juice before. I had it once or twice in Little St. James. I never met the guy MC himself, but I'm very aware of the...
Hey buddy, I don't really care if you're a pedophile. I'm a pedophile too, but I gotta kill you because, I'm juicing.
If you think about it, it's gonna work on two levels. Because Michael Keaton was the first Batman. Was he the first Batman? I guess he was out of West. I used to watch that show when I was a boy. I started lifting weights when I was a boy. My father, he taught me to the circus, and I saw a strong man. I said, hey, Pop, one day I gotta keep punching.
Hey man, I don't really care if you keep punching or not, because at this point, you're gonna die now. So say goodbye, Sly, because Beetlejuice is gonna kill you. That's who I am, by the way. This is BVS, Beetlejuice versus Sly. That wasn't really clear from the get-go, but I want to kill Sylvester Stallone because Tulsa Gang's bad or something. Do I make pop culture reference? Is that more of a Deadpool thing? We don't really know anymore.
Hey, I mean, I think it's a bit of a Deadpool thing, but I think Ryan Reynolds kind of reinvented the character at this point. You know I was in a Marvel movie. You were Spider-Man Homecoming. I don't think I'm kind of increasingly demented at this point, but I was in Guardians 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh boys.
Who the hell's that?
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Willy Wonka?
WW. That's right. Willy Wonka. Could you ever imagine all three of us on screen together in BVS?
There's generally a decent chance we're all in Space Jam 2.
Space Jam 2.
Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Or maybe Space Jam 3. BVS WW. Coming soon.
Wow. Hey, Willy Wonka, a question for you. Have you ever met Bruce Springsteen?
Well, maybe once or twice. We were on tour together back in the 70s.
That's right. My good friend Willy Wonka.
Bruce!
But I'm here to say that the B also stands for Bruce. You know, my grandfather, he was so poor that when he was a kid, his grandparents slept ankle to neck in a bed. 2 sets. Two pairs of boobs, 4 feet, 4 balls. And one day my grandfather, he got a golden ticket, and he went to your factory, Willy Wonka.
I remember it well, Bruce. Please continue.
Oh, well, why don't we do a duet?
Sure, Bruce. What would you like to sing? Pure Imagination? One more time?
One more time. Let's hear it. You want to hear me and Willy Wonka?
3, 4.
Come with me,
and
you'll see. In a world of pure imagination. Let's do the Elfwarmers theme to take it out.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 and dump.
That was good.
Do you think they should legally euthanize us for that intro?
Welcome to Shelfwarmers. This is a special super warmer, I guess.
Super warmer. Wow, I didn't even think about a pun name.
I'm always thinking about a pun name, dude.
Is there a superhero that has an elf sound? I'm trying to think. Welcome to Danny Elfwarmers. Wait, we should do that though.
Danny Elfwarmers.
Okay, be on the lookout. Maybe that's our next
note.
Elfwarmers.
Bash,
Yeah.
Please make a note. Make that your top priority.
And let's just cover a bit that's he did at Coachella where he's like shirtless in 75 and like slamming on drums and shit.
We should try and go see Danny Elfman at some point.
We would probably have a blast. Wingo Boingo alone, bangers.
I was thinking about another composer that we could do for like a month, and it's not who you're thinking. I know you haven't seen it yet, but I saw Project Hell Poopy, and
how's Project Hell Poopy out?
Hell Poopy, and the composer Daniel Pemberton.
Oh yeah, that's a very familiar name.
He only scores shelf warmers.
Interesting.
Let me find his resume.
Oh, I actually have some news regarding a previous film we've covered.
What?
Drop this in real quick. I met someone who worked on A Most Violent Year.
Really?
Yeah, very fantastic things to say about Oscar Isaac.
Okay.
Not great things to say about Chastain. That's all I'll say.
No. That's a
I feel
bummer.
like you could have guessed that though.
Yeah, I guess. But Daniel Pemberton, ready for this? I'm going
Hit
in
me.
most recent order to the past.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, but I can tell from the movies you're probably gonna say.
All right. Well, he just did Project Hail Mary, the drama, and the Bad
Okay.
Guys 2, and Materialist. So he's on kind of a hot streak right now.
Yeah.
But if you go back to the shelf warmer era, you get The Trial of the Chicago 7,
Wow.
Enola,
Michael Keaton.
Enola Holmes,
Wow.
Motherless Brooklyn.
Which
Yesterday.
Which is the Edward Norton movie.
Yeah.
I really want to do Yesterday, but I
We-
feel like it has to tie in with something.
Well,
What's like a Beatles anniversary that we can do for that?
Yeah. If only there was some cinematic event involving
Oh,
the Beatles coming
I don't
up.
want to wait years though. Can we do like on
That'll
the
be here
anniversary of
soon.
Mark David Chapman when he killed John Lennon?
Yeah, sure. Or else we could also call that the day John Lennon was killed.
Hey, I'm
The
giving
day
credit
Mark
to Chapman.
David Chapman assassinated John Lennon.
I'm giving some credit to him. He did the hard work, you know. Like, all Lennon did was die.
That's true.
He planned an assassination.
But listen to this run here. 2016, he does Gold, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, Molly's Game, and then Mark Felt, the man who brought down the White House.
Isn't that one with Liam Neeson?
That's right. That's Deep Throat.
I'm
It's
Deep
just
Throat.
shelf warmers. It's crazy. But yeah, welcome to Super Warmers. This is the podcast where we watch one superhero movie. This is not a month. This is just one.
One-off special.
Yeah, one-off special. But usually we discuss movies from 2012 to 2020, also known as the pump and dump period of Hollywood. Not exactly a golden age, mind you, but definitely a time of high fertility for old Tinseltown.
So fertile, in fact, that we do not see many of the movies produced. So if they're good, bad, or just meh, we're going to cover them all. If it's been sitting on the shelf, well, it's time to take it down. So Sam, what are we taking down today?
Today we are taking down the infamous, the notorious Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice from 2016. So we're celebrating the 10th anniversary,
Yeah.
which just passed.
Does it
And-
feel like 10 years ago this movie came out?
It both feels like 5 years. It doesn't feel like 10 years. It feels like either 5 years or 20 years ago.
I feel like I was thinking about like Avengers Age of Ultron, which came out, I guess, 11 years ago now. That feels like 11 years ago, but for some reason, a BVS feels a lot like sooner.
There's something weird about the 2016 side of it where I feel like you and I love 2015 has a very soft spot for us.
Yeah.
Just like you said, Age of Ultron,
Force Awakens.
Hateful
Hateful
Jurassic
Eight.
World.
Yeah.
Like those movies are very bright and fun. And you know, we were just these
Yeah.
young kids getting into movies.
Yeah.
2016, the tide has turned.
Trump.
Trump is in full effect. But yeah, it does feel like this movie just came out. In some
I also
ways.
feel like it's because it has stayed in the conversation because of the discourse that always is surrounding Snyder. People have not shut up about him.
Yeah, directed by Zack Snyder. If you couldn't tell by the title, it stars Batman and Superman.
Yes.
Written by Chris Terrio and David S. Goyer. It is the follow-up to Man of Steel and the second film in the DCEU, which is now defunct, right?
It's completely over.
But yeah, Snyder's been put through the ringer. He's been shit on. He's been reclaimed. He's been shat on again. I feel like for a while it was like, give Snyder his chance. Like, there was this injustice with Justice League where he got his movie taken away from him.
Yeah. And I'd love to talk about that a little bit. But
Sure.
yeah, he kind of blew his...
But then it's like, all right, Zack Snyder's back. Like, do your thing, dude. And he does Rebel Moon, part 1 and 2. And it's like, I don't... Like, we were defending this guy, but I don't think he really got the juice.
Here's what I'll say. I would just like to open this up real quick with, this movie was released on March 25th, 2016 in the United States. Did you see it in theater, Sam?
Of course.
Yeah, same with me. I saw it with my dad. Didn't have a lot of competition, but immediately, like 1.5 months later, opened up Captain America Civil War, which was seen as like...
the obvious sort of... two movies about, two heroes versing each other, but in many ways it was DC
famously friends
versus Marvel.
Yeah. Oh,
and I believe
absolutely.
they were supposed to release on the same day.
Yeah, they were.
And then DC was like, actually, we'll take the March release date.
There already were like 15 the Marvel movies at this point. They where they had just done like Man of Steel. Like they were gonna get smoked if they'd done that.
They were always behind the times in that regard.
It's also worth noting that this movie made almost $900 million, which was seen as a flop. But now that would be huge for the box office.
We'd all be like, movies are back.
Yeah. I want to ask too. Do you think we can do any MCU film as a shelf warmer? I kind of don't think because I feel like the period that we've covered, all the Marvel movies were hits. Like maybe the close one is like Ant-Man and the Wasp, maybe.
I was gonna say,
and that's it.
Something about Ant-Man was pulling me in.
But yeah, literally, I would not say we could do any of the other Marvel films from this, from this time.
You think? Well, Thor. What about Thor: Dark World?
Yeah, you could do Thor: Dark World. Yeah,
Thor:
that's
Dark
kind of right in the
World. Maybe Ant-Man and the Wasp, but also I don't really want to watch that again.
No, yeah, I've no desire to watch that either.
Yeah, it kind of ends there.
Yeah, maybe.
But I feel like a lot of the DC
$1 billion.
stuff. Captain Marvel.
It made $1 billion. Also, who's like Captain?
Honestly,
Marvel?
we could do Captain Marvel. I'd be up for that.
Because that's also fascinating for like the fact that it made $1 billion, but has not stayed in the culture at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but honestly, a lot
DC.
of the DC movies I think could kind of count.
You said that we could do Suicide Squad. I don't think you could do Suicide Squad. That was huge. It had a huge soundtrack. It made a lot of money. And also, like, I feel like people dressed up as Harley Quinn for years and years. I feel like they're still dressing up as Daddy's Little Monster Harley Quinn. Literally to this day. It was like meme to death.
Yeah, I guess
this
there's
Katana,
a cultural...
she's got my back. Her sword collects the souls of her victims. Something. You want her on your side.
But it's to me, it's almost on this other shelf. Where the movie is, like you said, Harley Quinn is obviously iconic, and Jared Leto as Joker or whatever.
Would you die for me?
No, but like, isn't Will Smith in that movie?
Yeah, he's the lead of that movie.
But like, in terms of the actual content of the film, I feel like the movie itself, like the 35mm print of Suicide Squad, wherever that is, in the DC vault.
In the vault.
That is on the shelf. Like, I don't remember scenes. I don't remember what the movie's about. In that way, I think it is a shelf warmer.
I remember a lot of that movie. It's also a pretty simple movie.
Well, you love the Suicide Squad.
I do. I do have a soft spot.
But
I do have a soft spot for the squad. It's also really funny that they all got
Superhero Squad.
Tattoos. Hero up. That was a show from our youth. It is funny that they all got the squad tattoos.
Yeah.
For that film.
Would have been cool if the movie was like a monster hit.
Well, because it's also a squad like SK WAD, which is like the lamest way to do it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
They,
SK?
no, so they all got tattoos.
That say SKW?
AD
Oh, squad.
squad.
I was like, what are you saying right now? Squad. Okay. Yeah, that's lame.
Which
But
I feel like they tried to do
all
Lord
had
of the
fun
Rings.
making it.
Yeah.
they thought they were the cast of the Lord of the Rings with Suicide
We're gonna be
Squad.
talking about this for years.
David Ayers, the Peter Jackson of our time.
Yeah. And then reality, what? 3 of them came back and 2 of them died in the next movie.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Jai Courtney, we liked you enough that you get to come back for the opening scene.
Yeah, you pass. You pass the tests. But I definitely remember this moment in superhero film where
yeah,
DC had this, and I remember it was kind of a big deal that they were releasing in March. Like, I feel like not a lot of stuff was coming out in March.
no,
And
yeah,
it was sort of like, well, let's see. And it made a lot of money. And it was kind of like, well, now March. We just saw it with Project Hail Mary. Like, March is kind of a good spot to be.
well, because it was in this time of like, it still was very much beholden to the summer of releasing films, and I think like Marvel maybe did like not Civil War, maybe did like Winter Soldier in like April, and that was kind of starting to test the waters of like,
You have an encyclopedic knowledge. Yeah. Winter Soldier was April 4th.
yeah, and then it was kind of like, maybe these movies can start to come out not in the summer, and we could do a couple a year, and that's when it all went down.
Mm-hmm. But DC was definitely in this weird catch-up mode because Marvel was so insanely successful. And also, thinking back to 2016, just 10 years ago, the MCU was on top of the world.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like now it's like accepted to just shit on Marvel.
yeah.
Like Marvel sucks. But there was a time where it was like Marvel is the thing. And it was like, if you're into DC, it's almost like there's this underdog mentality with DC.
And there's this joking community in the series finale. Jeff Winger, he's turning 40 in the finale, and he's like, I don't want to be young. I don't want to have to talk about those boring ass fucking Marvel movies. and that was 2015. I remember being 14 and being like, those are movies that are not boring. Like, and that was like a thing. I was like kind of upset about that.
Yeah.
But now it's completely shifted.
But something about the new DC, what is it called? DCU?
It's just DCU, probably. Yeah.
The DCU.
Where's the old one, the DCU?
It's DC
I don't know if I know.
Studios, I guess, now.
DC Studios films? Yeah. That sounds right.
But I guess we'll see how the next few shake out. But although not entirely successful, I was sort of into the BVS-ness of the 2016 film we watched.
Yeah, and you can feel the push and pull between them them trying to start a universe and what probably is mandated from the studio heads versus just the story that Zack Snyder wants to tell, which feel extremely different.
Right. And outside of the Nolan trilogy, this and Man of Steel were kind of their first crack at their own kind of MCU, where before this they had Green Lantern, legendary disaster.
Yeah.
Jonah Hex.
So bizarre they went for Jonah Hex.
A Watchmen movie, which I rewatched recently because I read the book again. And I was like, oh, well, Watchmen, that'll be worth seeing because, with Snyder, at least the visuals are good. But honestly,
this movie looks really good.
Like, it looks good. It's fun to watch. Overall, I was a little bit let down with Watchmen, a little bit let down with BVS. But there's isolated scenes where it really is a comic book.
Oh, yeah.
Coming off the page.
Absolutely. Let's kind of do our overview on Snyder.
Yeah.
Say, how do you feel about Zack Snyder?
I feel like I like Zack Snyder. I mean, I think his best film is probably Sucker Punch. I don't say that. Ironically.
It's probably 300. Yeah, it's probably 300. I have a vague memory of that.
I've never seen 300. But he has this weird relevancy for someone who's not entirely competent, which I think is interesting.
But I also think it's like something where I'm like, I would like he'd be a fantastic like commercial director.
Ooh.
But he's just not like, because even if he's not like he's sitting there like, you know, writing his scripts, which he does for some of those, I think he's just not good at shaping a story. Like I just like fundamentally do not like connect with his ideas and his themes.
Right. And I think he tries to tell the Watchmen story. It gets muddled. It kind of loses its point.
Sure.
And obviously Watchmen is a beautiful core text. And I think that kind of something similar happens with BVS, where he's trying to tell this cool story about mythology and superheroes and this I know some DC fans don't like this idea of like, well, what if superheroes actually existed in the world today, which we kind of saw with Brightburn.
Yeah.
But like I like that concept of, you know, the opening scene of this movie where you see Batman's perspective of the events in Man of Steel, and he's basically witnessing a 9/11 event in Metropolis.
It's also
like,
so funny that he has to tell his
interesting.
coworkers to evacuate the building during like an alien invasion.
Bash and I watched it together, and we were in that moment. We were like, were they just waiting around? Like,
yeah, they're waiting for him to make the call. It's okay.
But again, the concepts are there.
Yeah. And I feel so like cinema sinsy, but this movie's like stupid. It's like beyond stupid. It's a guy, I'm not calling Zack Snyder dumb, but it's a guy who thinks his ideas are really good, but they're like stupid. Like so much of this movie, I'm like, why is it like why is it like this?
Yeah.
It's like strange. It's just so strange, all the choices he makes. But
it's puzzling. Yeah. Like the arcs that, like, especially Superman. I feel like Superman gets fucked in this movie.
Oh, we're really screwed. I also
or
really
I guess more so Clark Kent on his little investigative journalist moment.
I really saw the limitations of Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
In this film, where I think Man of Steel, he actually does a better job of carrying the film.
Well, he's basically not in this movie. I think I have it somewhere later, but I think he has like 46 lines in the movie. 46 lines of dialogue. That's it.
And I also don't need to be like, you know, the Zack Snyder kind of or sorry, not Zack Snyder. I don't need to be the James Gunn like quippy and all shucks, but an in between could be nice.
Yeah,
an in between.
Like, he's very sedated throughout the whole movie.
Literally, he's like in a K-hole. And at the end, when you know, like you get the ring, he wanted you to have this. He had it mailed here.
Yeah, it's like, what?
It's like, one, why didn't he just fly it over really quick?
Yeah, he's Superman.
But two, also, I didn't really get that he was so in love with Lois, and that he was like ready to take the next step.
But they had that sexy scene in the bathtub where he was fully clothed.
Yeah, and he spilled the water all over the fucking bathroom.
That scene stuck with me. Just because of how visceral, like anytime I've seen a movie where someone's jeans are getting wet, it's just like very uncomfy to watch.
Because he's Superman, but
and
also
he's wearing shoes.
He's Superman, but that still is like, you know, stuck to his skin.
Right.
Like he can't like fix that super easily.
But maybe he doesn't. Maybe we are misunderstanding Superman. Maybe he's not affected by these human.
He's not bothered.
Inconvenience.
He's not bothered by sensory issues.
Yeah, he doesn't have any sensory issues. God bless him. Man of Steel.
But to kind of finish on Zack Snyder, since leaving DC, he has he's directed the Snyder Cut, obviously, which is his version of Justice League. He did the Army of the Dead, which I was so excited for. I was like, oh, like zombie heist movie.
Let's go.
It's set in Vegas. That movie sucks. So boring.
Oh, does it?
it's so boring. It does not use it does not really use like Vegas in the way it should, because Vegas is like half nuked. So it's like mainly just like kind of like an old city.
Was that a COVID movie?
This deserved 2021 Tig Notaro.
Yeah, because Tig Notaro was replacing Chris D'Elia, right?
Chris D'Elia, so funny. Such a funny choice for that. And then he made the Rebel Moon movies, which I know someone who worked on them. Good dude. He spoke very highly of Snyder.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy.
It's always kind of the weird thing about Snyder. Like people almost talk about him like the kind of the same vein like as Ki Huy Kwan, where it's almost like a Make-A-Wish thing. They're like, oh, I mean, his movies aren't great.
He's
but
trying.
Like, he's a great guy. He's a fantastic guy.
Yeah.
Which like can be true, but also his movies are lacking.
In 2023, he was talking about why audiences and critics didn't engage with BVS. And he said he felt like a lot of people went into the movie being like, oh, like this is a superhero romp, right? Like, let's have fun with it. And then he gave them like this hardcore, he described it as deconstructivist, heavily layered, experimental, modern, mythological horror superhero movie that you really need to pay attention to. That was not cool for them. That's not something anyone wanted to do. They were like, what? No, that's exhausting. How about, why do they fight at night? I hate that. So he's, like you're saying, he has these big ideas that on paper sound great. Like, I would love to see a movie that's experimental, mythological. But it does not, unfortunately, Mr. Snyder, it does not come across.
No, not at all. And we can talk a little bit more about Justice League and also what his future plans were at the end. Do you want to do the segment we started last week?
Well, yeah, real quick though. Which version of the movie did you watch?
I watched the theatrical cut. I thought that's what we were watching because it's, we're all about the theater experience. So that's the version I saw originally
where that came
in the
from.
theaters. Dude, we
Shelf
were like,
Warmer is
maybe
about
we shouldn't
the
do Netflix
theatrical
movies.
experience.
Correct. Yeah. Oh. Are you saying it's not about that?
I'm saying Netflix movies can be shelf warmers.
We talk about the theater experience.
Andrew just tilted his head and rolled his eyes.
We talk about the theater experience like every single week. It's about our youth. We weren't home Netflix and chilling. We were at the movies. We were at the movies. Would you agree?
We were. But
so is it fair to say that this is about the films that when we were becoming cinema lovers, going all the time, the films that we saw at the movies or did not see at the movies? Name 3 Netflix shelf warmers right now from that period.
Klaus.
Doesn't count. We did it already. Come on.
I don't know.
I think we can make special exceptions.
I watched the Ultimate Edition, which is
now
half an hour longer.
Are you aware of what it adds?
Yeah, it there's this whole subplot where Superman, Clark Kent, goes on this sort of investigation into Batman, and he investigates who Batman has branded because Batman's a psychopath in this movie. And a lot of those scenes are not present in the theatrical cut. And there's a lot of stuff with Lois in Morocco. And honestly, it's all the important plot stuff that you kind of need to know. They were just like, fucking get rid of that. Trim 30 minutes of it.
Because this plot doesn't really like make sense.
I don't think it does. And I think the version I watched is a little more cohesive. But in making it more cohesive, it does not make it, as Zach said, heavily layered, deconstructivist. Sure. It just makes it longer, and you're like, okay. Like, the choices are still stupid, like you're saying, but it's like, all right, I guess I get it.
Yeah. I feel bad for Amy Adams, man. Like, Like, what happened to her?
Yeah, she's not. What has she been up to?
She's in the Apple TV series Cape Fear.
Oh, is she in that? I saw the trailer
Patrick
for
Wilson, Javier Bardem.
Are you in or out on that?
Oh,
Because I love Scorsese's.
Yeah. I mean, the 91's a remake anyway, so I guess who cares
Yeah.
at this point. But like, I feel like she realized she was never like gonna win an Oscar, so she's just like, Hillbilly Elegy, shit, why the fuck not?
I feel like that was her last.
Why the fuck not?
Oh, she played Lynn Chaney in Vice.
Oh wow, yeah, she did play Lynn Chaney. The role of a lifetime. Dick, why'd you shoot that guy and then say you
Jesse
didn't?
Plemons. Was it Plemons in there?
Dick, why'd you take that young soldier's heart?
I'm sorry. I No. Jesse Plemons, isn't he the guy whose heart he takes?
The young soldier's heart, yeah.
On it, Vice needs a re-examination.
It's just, I feel like we don't have it as much anymore, but that was definitely that period of like, these comedy directors, they don't only have jokes.
They got another trick up their sleeve.
A drama, an Oscar contender. You know the directors of Dumb and Dumber? Well, they have takes on racism.
And everyone's going to hate the movie.
From the guy that did the scene where that guy who's borderline mentally handicapped drinks a bunch of laxatives and doesn't know and goes diarrhea while wearing a suit, comes racism in the South in the 60s.
Best picture, folks.
Best picture.
Oh, I'm seeing
As Spike
here.
Lee said, not my cup of tea.
Right, and then started jumping off the walls and left.
He's probably the closest we have to. He's the closest we have to Daffy Duck.
I agree. I'm seeing here on Wikipedia that she's slated to be in Star Wars Starfighter.
Yep. Her and Gosling, man. What happened?
Wow. You know what happened to Gosling? I don't know if we discussed this in our First Man episode.
We did literally last week.
He did First Man and then just went off the rails.
Because he's Chris Pratt now.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for catching us up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do Vice at some point. I'll tell you what I did after I watched this movie.
Went to bed.
No. I went to YouTube.
Had a fucking beer. Sorry.
We were boozing while we were watching it. But I watched the honest trailer and the how it should have ended.
Dude, I tried to watch a How It Should Have Ended semi recently, and Jill was like, you have to turn this off.
See, I mean, if you've never seen it or engaged with it and you just jump in 2026, I can't imagine the water is warm.
Well, we jumped into the parody of Bad Blood.
Oh, you also ventured
blood?
into the he she.
Yeah.
Wow, we didn't even talk about this.
Yeah. There was Bat Blood is a parody of it. And it was that, and Jill said, you have to turn this off. It literally was the opening, him doing the Batman voice like that, and Jill was like, I can't. No.
That's interesting, because I was giggling. I was giggling through the honest trailer and the how it should have ended. Because to me, the Superman Batman thing and how it should have ended, like that was the foundation of that cartoon on YouTube. And now it was like, finally, there's actually a real movie that exists. Also worth mentioning, this is the first time Batman and Superman appeared in a motion picture together, which, again, like DC, what are you doing? Like, why didn't this happen in 1995?
It's like The Color of Money. Tom Cruise, Paul Newman. Two of the biggest movie stars of all time.
Yeah, not since
on
The Color
silver
of Money.
Screen.
Or I guess more so would be like Heat.
And just like The Color of Money, Superman fucked Batman. He fucked Batman so hard he became a Scientologist.
Urban myth, folks. Urban myth.
But
yeah,
that gerbil up Richard Gere's ass.
He
He really caught a stray there.
Those stories are on the shelf together. But yeah, so Jill was not into how it should have ended.
No.
Did you still think it was funny?
Well, I couldn't watch it. She made me turn it off. She literally was like, no, like I cannot do this. She's like, fair enough.
I would love to see that.
How was the
Maybe-
honest trailer?
Funny. Really funny.
I mean, like it was like Emmy nominated.
Yeah, and it had the music and the comments. Dun, 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 in the beginning. You know what I'm talking about?
I also got a text and
Yeah?
Jill said
Thinking
when we
about
were-
bat blood.
I just dropped my phone. When we were watching this the other night, Jill was like, "Who's like the hottest like superhero?" And we both agreed it was Batman. But Jill has a new answer. She's saying her sexy superhero, Doctor Strange.
I forgot she had a Doctor Strange thing.
I don't really know what it is either.
But Jill pointed out to us this week that you bear quite a strong resemblance to Ben Affleck.
Which is nice to hear.
I don't
He's a
know
handsome
how
man.
I've never seen this before. But the signs are there.
I think it's the sadness in the eyes.
The post this
Honestly.
week will literally just be alternating photos that I pick of you, Ben Affleck, you, Ben Affleck.
I would love for you to do that.
you, Ben Affleck. Because you both have, like, it's honestly, this is the perfect comparison. Like, Ben Affleck and you both have beards, but also sometimes don't have beards.
Mm.
And, like, in my head, my memories of both of you, me and Ben obviously go way back, but, like, sometimes I think of you with a beard. Sometimes you're clean shaven.
Yeah. You were snubbed from Good Will Hunting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I was imagining us playing Good Will Hunting, but I don't know if I could do the Damon. He has like frosted tips with the little bowl cut.
I think that you're the Robin Williams role.
Yeah, that's probably more apt. But I don't know if I don't think Affleck and Williams have any screen time together in that movie.
Oh. Hey, that's not your fault. I can't do him. But I love to play him in a biopic
I
about.
thought you were doing Mickey. I was like, oh, Mickey's here all of a sudden.
Yeah. But the plot of BVS.
Yeah, do you want to give it a go?
Yeah. Do you want to time me?
Yeah, I'll time you for real
Yeah,
this
time
time.
me.
I pretended last week for some reason. As if it was so fucking hard to grab my phone and just press start.
Just fucking entertain me. I'm not asking for a lot here.
You were like, okay, ready? And I was like, yeah, go. And I just didn't press.
I did think that it was kind of fast for you to be able to have that ready, but I didn't really think too hard about it.
Okay, but it's up now. It's up
Okay.
now. Ready,
Right.
set, go.
Years after Man of Steel, Superman destroyed the city of Metropolis by killing General Zod and messed a bunch of stuff up. Batman saw this happen and saw his old friend Jeff or something. He died in the Wayne building because he's an idiot and he didn't escape the building in time. Also injuring his employee, Scoot McNairy.
Yeah.
Scoot, love Scoot. Years later, Batman is old and he's mean. Robin's dead. He's branding pedophiles and sex traffickers like he's a Walmart guy going to meet up with hey, you thought you were a 15-year-old girl? Well, I'm Batman and she's not real. And then he brands him like he's a pedophile hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Superman Clark Kent's like, something's up with this Bat guy in Gotham. And Lex Luthor is like Mark Zuckerberg, but like with Tourette's. And I can say that because I was diagnosed with Tourette's. But or maybe not, I don't know. And then Lex Luthor is like, gods are demons and demons are bad and I'm gonna kill God and I'm gonna kill the narrator. And Chucky's there too. Chucky the doll is like, I'm a demon, and Beetlejuice is like, I'm a demon. But he's like, no, he's like, so yeah, there's kind of like a mystery. Maybe I don't know this one as well as I knew as the other movies, but there's like a mystery with like the Middle East and trying to set up Superman and frame him as a bad guy,
There's
all
a
orchestrated
mystery.
by Lex Luthor. Yeah, there's kind of like a plot line where like Lois Lane is investigating all these incidents that kind of put Superman in a bad light. But we also just kind of know it's Lex Luthor because it's Lex Luthor. He's in the movie and he's the only villain we have. So you're like, oh, Lex Luthor is like setting Superman up to make him look bad so the public turns against him. which is like just what he always does. And then Batman's trained to kill Superman because he's like, this guy unchecked, really dangerous. But you know what? Completely fair, Batman.
Honestly,
this guy destroyed a city, and he won't even smile at anybody. He's not talking. Like, he has like school shooter vibes.
Superman does have school shooter vibes.
He has a receding hairline. He doesn't smile. Won't talk to anybody. I would be afraid of him if he's walking in ninth period. You know, eighth period, whatever. So Batman trains a lot. Gets some kryptonite from Luthor. Luthor gets in the kryptonite ship that we see in Man of Steel, and he gets the blood of Superman and Zod and makes Doomsday he's a Kryptonian beast meant to kill Superman. Batman and Superman fight a bunch. Batman is about to kill Superman, but Superman's like, Martha. Batman's like, why'd you say that name? He's like, that's my mom's name. And he's like, my mom's name's Martha. We're buddies now. Batman also is trying to recruit people for an initiative. So we see quick little cameos of the Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman joins them in the final fight against Doomsday. Superman sacrifices himself, dies, but doesn't kind of die. It hints that he's not dead, but he actually is dead, and he's resurrected in Justice League. And they start the initiative of the Justice League. And Batman finds
via Dropbox folders.
Via Dropbox folder, classic joke. And Gago Doleza. And yeah, that's kind of it, honestly. Like, literally, the third act is like when there's like 30 minutes left. It's kind of interesting.
All right. That was 10 minutes. 3:47.
It's actually a really complicated plot, but also like not at all.
Simple, but also extremely complicated.
Because it's like, the idea is just like, okay, like, here's Lois's arc is she's investigating why Superman is being framed by Lex Luthor. There's like a million different, like, I'm going to meet this guy at a bench. He's going to talk to me really quick about like what Luthor Corps has been doing.
Yeah, it's like trying to be all the president's men.
Yeah.
But we just want to see the superheroes. It's like, on paper, I would like to see all the president's men, but superheroes. But in this specific movie, the first time we see Superman and Batman on film, I don't want that movie. Like, I just want to see Batman and Superman. Is that so wrong?
No, it's not. And I think that's like I think that is what Snyder thinks as like his version of deconstructing it.
Yeah, like if he wanted to do this for the second Batman and Superman movie, that could have been cool. But right out the gate, this is not what you want. Also,
I want to give you some.
They fight for like 7 minutes, and then
it's a pretty awesome fight, though.
It is
pretty
cool.
Awesome fight.
It is cool. And then they're just buddies.
I just want to go over a couple things in this movie that like just didn't make sense to me, and like maybe you can try to give me some reasoning or your own kind of take on it. So, what's up with the Batman lore? He's been around for like 20 years. He's older, but people like haven't seen him and don't really like know him, and the cops are afraid of him.
Yeah, he's like the most feared person in the world.
Yeah. He's like a shadow for 20 years, but also he had a Robin. Like, that doesn't make sense.
That was the weirdest thing. That stuck out to me too, where Robin, the suit of, like, quite iconically in the trailer, the Robin suit is seen with the Joker writing on it. And that alone hints to this whole, decade of Robin adventures.
Well, yeah,
presumably like 5 years of him being Batman, and then like maybe 5 years of Robin. But all this time, he's just still kind of in the shadows.
Because then we see him in Suicide Squad, and he's like fighting the Joker on like a purple Lamborghini.
Yeah, and
that's just like a regular occurrence. I'm like, well, then he's out and about.
But they do have the bat signal.
Yeah, and J.K. Simmons is Commissioner Gordon in the next movie,
and apparently in Batgirl too. I was told.
Yeah, he was coming back. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird that Clark Kent isn't it? It's weird that he's a reporter, but he's never heard of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
that's also
the guy, considering
the journalist.
I thought maybe that wasn't weird, but in this film also makes no sense. geographically, Metropolis and Gotham is like Jersey City and Manhattan.
Yeah.
It's like he would definitely know who the hell Bruce Wayne was.
Yeah, he's literally all over the city. I think the Senate hearing stuff is interesting, but the quality of the writing is not engaging. I'm like, oh, a superhero kind of Senate hearing is like kind of interesting. Like, yeah, let's try to hold these guys accountable. Senate hearing is not interesting. So you have to find a way to make that more interesting, and they don't do a good job of that. Like, as fantastic as Holly Hunter.
They make it a little interesting when they blow it all to shit.
Yeah. I like the Granny's Peach Tea. It's weird. Different context for that, for people that's in the movie.
Holly Hunter
Lex
plays
Luthor,
a senator?
Yeah. She's so good.
She is good.
She's such a highlight of this movie. Can you give the context for Granny's?
But they're like talking in an earlier scene, and Luthor's trying to sell her on, I guess, like government funding for the Zod project and eventually Doomsday. He's basically, his whole thing is like, we need a weapon to fight Superman. Should he basically has the same idea as Batman. Like, should he go off the rails, we're going to have to take him out. And her whole thing is like, that's bullshit. And her way of saying that is like, you know, you could tell me this is Granny's peach tea, but I know it's piss or whatever. Like,
yeah,
it's bullshit. Then flash forward half an hour.
Yeah.
Holly Hunter's leading the Senate hearing with Scoot McNairy, who is after the attack on Metropolis. He's in a wheelchair, and we see him sitting there, and Luthor is nowhere to be seen at the Capitol. And Holly Hunter's like, wait, like, what's happening? Like, where's Luthor? And there's this jar on the desk, and she turns it, and it's like Granny's peach tea. And her face in that scene is great. I love Holly Hunter. Love. And she's like, oh. And she like starts to tremble. Superman is being questioned, mind you. And the whole place blows up because Scoot had a secret bomb in his wheelchair that Luthor gave him. Superman is standing in the middle of the room, and the whole place just erupts in flames. Yeah. And there's a shot of Henry Cavill just like standing there making like a crying face.
Which, like, I know he couldn't do anything, but the fact that he doesn't do anything feels so un-Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. And they blow up.
All the Amy Adams stuff, so boring. So terribly boring. And it's like she's such a fantastic performer, and you're like what? Like what? Like,
yeah, she's better in Man of Steel.
Yeah, because it's a two-hander for them. Where this, she's like, they have to have Lois Lane, but she's not really involved in the plot. Because it's like, her plot's like a Superman plot. So it's kind of an afterthought.
Then we got Eisenberg as Luthor, and like we said, I kind of like him. Yeah.
I like him too.
10 years later, I feel like the Eisenberg squirreliness
I always liked him.
ages well.
I always thought it was a fun take. Like, I think that's the take that I like about like superheroes in the modern world. It's like, yeah, like Lex Luthor would be like a Zuckerberg. And that is interesting to me because...
Especially 10 years later.
Yeah, especially. He would be a shitty tech bro who's like on the verge of like a mental breakdown. Like, that's really fun to me.
The Jolly Rancher. I remember the Jolly Rancher moment in the theater. He's like talking to one of the government guys, and he's like, oh, it's cherry, like cherry flavored Jolly Rancher. Yeah. He like sticks it in the guy's mouth.
Yeah. I saw this with my dad.
Yeah.
And after the opening credits, which is the Batman origin again.
Great opening credits. Love Snyder's opening credits. Slow-mo, Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Bruce Wayne's dad.
Yeah. Lauren Cohen from The Walking Dead as Martha Wayne.
That's right.
Yeah. And then can you remind me of the first scene of this movie? Because I honestly forget it already.
It's the attack on Metropolis.
Oh, sure.
Which is awesome.
Oh, you know what it was?
Which is awesome.
It was after we see the Batman origin again, and he falls down the well in slow-mo.
Yeah. Oh.
I remember my dad turned to me in the theaters and was like, uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah.
He was already
like
the Bruce Wayne origin again.
I think he just thought it was like really like melodramatic, and he was kind of like, ugh.
I wish it was more melodramatic and less You know what I mean? Like it's obviously very dramatic, but if the performances were a little more fun, but still taking themselves very seriously, like that's why melodrama is so great.
Lord.
Lord.
The, I have an MVP of this movie, and I'm curious if you have the same one.
I didn't crown anyone. Who did you have?
Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
As Alfred. He's great.
I really like him as Alfred.
He's sort of a little rough around the edges, Alfred.
I like him more than weak Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Caine's just an old
He's
geezer.
weak, and frail, Master Wayne. Bane is, oh, he's so scary.
I found you.
I found you. Bane ripped your spinal cord out. I found you.
We got Gal Gadot as a Wonder Woman. Enough
honestly,
champagne.
Not as bad as I remember her being, but still not good.
When she shows up and the kicks in.
She fits the part.
Oh, yeah. Diana Prince.
It's kind of fascinating too, because not fascinating. It's not fascinating. It's interesting to me because she really is our Wonder Woman in the way that my dad and our dads is probably like, Linda Carter will always be Wonder Woman to me. It's like,
Yeah.
this is our Wonder Woman. And it's kind of weird. There's only been 2 Wonder Womans and like 7 Spider-Man, 7 Batman, 7 Supermans. And I'm really curious to see what they do with her in these next movies, because I love that character.
The studios do not have faith in having a woman lead a superhero movie. Even after the success of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I guess there's not been a female-led superhero movie in a while.
Yeah. Michael Shannon never actually shot any scenes for this film, and the production used a rubber dummy for Zod's corpse.
And he gets credited? Wow.
He stated, "In the movie, there's a large rubber version of my naked body that Lex Luthor is playing with. I was not on set. I did do some ADR that Zach thought he might use in the movie of my disembodied spirit talking to Lex Luthor."
I would have been kind of into that.
Yeah. His corpse turns into Doomsday, and Doomsday is
Doomsday looks good.
He does look
That effect
cool.
looks really good.
He's sort of the third act CGI monster in this movie. I feel like this movie was the first time I kind of was aware of that trope of being like, okay, here they are. They need a CGI monster to fight now that they're friends.
Yeah, here's what I'll say too. I kind of loved seeing the Trinity
Really?
on screen. I was kind of like, this is
Tickled your tummy?
Cool. This is cool.
Well, there's the one shot where they're all together, and he's like, "Shoot with you."
Which is a terrible joke.
I thought she was with you. Like clearly, Bruce, she's with you.
Yeah, like,
You've talked to her.
hey buddy, you
twice.
sent her an email.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who
buddy,
are
you're-
you?
Who are you? Is this you? Where are you from? Like, it's literally like AI. It's like AI Bruce.
And the way they shoot,
It's like Alfred typing it. He's like horny.
because it's part of that whole email scene with all the videos where Diana Prince is like, "Oh, the Flash, oh, Aquaman," and then she scrolls down, and it's sort of comic where it's like these texts underneath the videos where Bruce is like, "Who are you? What is this? You're not from our time. Where have you been?"
He's like, he's like he's typing like an Instagram like bot.
Yeah.
2
quick questions about your experience with us.
It is funny that, like, because I know that scene gets clowned on a lot for how like awkward it is. It totally could have worked if it wasn't so awkward. Like, there's something very like stilted about it. And I think what it is I think it's the Aquaman part, because I think the cyborg part is like kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's like this like webcam footage of like the experiment that kind of turns him into cyborg. It could have been a little bit more maybe like archival, like, and maybe a little bit scary, kind of a little more Frankenstein. It would have worked a little better, I think. I think the Flash stuff works because it's like it's just like this footage of the Flash at the convenience store and he stops a robbery, which is cool. But the Aquaman is like it's like an underwater a drone that is pushing into a cave.
Yeah.
And then we see these eyes in the cave, and then Aquaman kind of comes out.
And he's like, hey.
And he just stares at the drone for a while. And then gets angry and stabs it and then swims away. And I'm like, something about that scene is like so, or that moment is so like awkward and stilted and like too long that it kills the pace of the rest of the footage.
It's very forced where it's like, here's where we're going, folks. Like, check back in next year with Justice League. But there's the one scene where Flash shows up.
Oh my God. Yeah. We
Bruce,
and I talked about this yet.
Where Bruce, I guess, falls asleep at his desk. I'm trying to remember when this nightmare sequence takes place.
It's like midway through. He's trying to do his plan to kill Superman. Like he's working on it.
Yeah, he's like looking up at his laptop. And then suddenly we're in this dream and Batman is wearing a trench coat. He has a gun. The world has gone to shit. It's like a Mad Max apocalypse type world.
It's maybe like my favorite scene.
Oh, totally.
In the movie. It's awesome.
He's wearing the cowl, but he has like little goggles on. And he goes into this truck and he thinks he's going to get kryptonite. Because I guess it's like his dream because he's just villainizing Superman the whole movie. Awesome fight with the dark side bug people. Who are they?
Yeah.
Do they have a name?
A parademons, yeah.
Parademons. But yeah, it's sort of like Batman's nightmare of Superman. Superman comes over, rips the cowl off, looks at him real nasty like. And then we kind of transition to this next part where Bruce like wakes up and he's in the Batcave, but then suddenly Flash shows up and he's like phasing in and out and he like has this cryptic message from the future and he's like, it's
Lois
him.
Lane.
It's him. Lois.
Yeah.
Lois. It's like, it's confusing, but it's not like, what the hell's going on? It's like, it's intriguing. It's like,
yeah.
Wait, what is this about? Am I too late? I'm too late. Like, it's sort of scary. Like, and then it's gone. And
so
the movie goes back to checking in on the Clark.
So, like, do you know what his whole what his vision like was for the next couple of movies?
Who, Snyder?
Yeah.
Do you?
I did some research on this.
I have no idea.
So he wanted Justice League to kind of end with this reveal. So he also wanted Batman and Lois to get together because while Superman was dead, they kind of became close and they formed a relationship. And then Superman comes back to life. Turns out Lois is pregnant as Bruce's son.
What?
So there was going to be a whole thing where then like they break up and Batman doesn't listen to her because they break up. She goes back to Clark and then she doesn't listen to her trying like to warn him about like, the plans of Luthor and Darkseid. They come to Earth, they kill all the League except for like Batman and Flash, and then they would have been like Deadshot and like Mara and a couple other people who survived. And that's kind of what we got at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League. But pretty much Justice League 2 would have been like all the Wasteland stuff. And the goal is like, Flash is trying to go back in time to warn Batman to listen to Lois so they can fight Darkseid and have Clark and keep him good.
God damn it.
Which is like
God
cool,
damn
but
it.
I don't think it would have worked still.
Well, no, they would have needed a different director and writer.
I also just don't like the idea of Lois and Bruce together.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I guess.
But
why not?
I mean, I remember, like, are you a fan of the Affleck, the Batfleck?
I think he's pretty cool.
Do you think that part of it works?
I like him as like a hulking, like Batman.
He is big.
He's a big guy. He's like 6'4" or whatever, and he feels imposing. He feels large. Like I like it. Like like I like Robert Pattinson as Batman a lot, but he's not physically like imposing in the same way that he is.
Do you remember the image that came out? The first look at him?
Of him next to the Batmobile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at that picture.
Vivid.
It's just the way he was
He
standing.
looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Snyder talks about pulling from Dark Knight Returns.
He fucking loves that comic.
And I don't see a ton of it in the movie.
No, he just kind of takes the style in some of the shots.
Yeah, there's that one shot where he like swings onto the side of the building and the
Yeah, the
lightning
lightning
strikes, and it's like, oh my god, like that stuff
Yeah.
is cool.
I like what was I saying? Oh, well, I love his suit. Like his suit's made my favorite Batman suit.
Really,
Yeah, and his
Big-
fight scene's pretty cool.
big
when he's
bat.
yes, I love a big emblem. I love his cowl.
It is.
But
good.
then he, yeah,
where you
he has
at?
the
Where you
fun
at with
fights.
the ears? Do you like long ears, short ears on Batman?
Ooh, I prefer the long ears, but I like the shorter ears on him because he feels like so stocky. I think the long ears would look kind of weird.
That's true.
Yeah, he's got a fun fight scene. I would have liked to see more of him in the long run, but also I think this role was like killing him, so I'm glad he stopped playing Batman.
Yeah, he's not. He does not take well to public scrutiny.
No, he does not. I think we should say too that, like you said, this movie underperformed at the box office. It was panned overall by critics and audiences.
You can't.
And this kind of
please
came
everyone.
out while they were like filming Justice League, I believe, or they're getting ready to film
Yeah,
it.
can you imagine?
And it kind of made the DC executives freak out and change course. And they brought in people to do rewrites. And they started to change his vision too about the future movies and the apocalypse stuff, the nightmare stuff. And it kind of got to a point where the Zack Snyder, his daughter, the Autumn Snyder, she committed suicide while he was over in London and working on Justice League.
Mm.
And they were like mainly done filming and he had to leave production. I believe the idea was that it was going to pause for a little bit. And
Okay.
while he was gone, they brought in Joss Whedon, who made the Marvel stuff.
Why the
who made
fuck would they
1
do
and
that?
2. Because they wanted it to be like an Avengers
Someone
movie.
literally on the other side of the spectrum.
Opposite side. Yeah.
Tonally.
So he came in to oversee some reshoots and pickups and second unit stuff. And then in reality, they just reshot like 70% of the movie.
70? Like a major.
It's a large portion of the movie.
Holy shit. I don't think
They
I realized
reshot.
it was that.
Yeah, and he got Final
Intense.
Cut, I think, or maybe they got Final Cut, but it definitely was not Snyder. So that kind of launched a campaign of I released the Snyder Cut, which was an online thing for years where fans wanted to see the real cut of Justice League. And eventually in 2021, it happened. Zack Snyder was able to edit his film the way it was intended to be, get all of his footage, get all the finished visual effects. And he actually shot some new sequences and reshot some other stuff, I believe. And he shot some stuff in his driveway. Like, it's actually kind of interesting how he did this. It was all over COVID. And the movie's on HBO Max. It's like 4.5 hours long.
I was dancing around watching it this week just to round out my Snyder itch and then never revisit it again.
It's one of those things where it's like, kind of we're talking about, I'm really happy he got to make it, but it's not good. There
It's
is a
not?
really good movie in there,
Yeah.
but it's 4.5 hours long or whatever.
Is
But
it
there's
really?
a fantastic
Holy
2.5 hour
shit.
movie in there. It's so long. It's so long for no reason.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'll see. I'll try. I'll give it a go.
You really don't have to. I mean, you can't. I don't know. You know
I-
what? Like, if you like this, why not?
If you like BVS, check
Yeah.
it out.
Do you got a slate for me, Sammy?
Oh, I got a slate. So in my research for this, I stumbled across this article. It was
Oh, yeah.
It was applying suspense to archetypal superheroes, Hitchcockian ambiguity in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. And this guy was just comparing Hitchcock movies to BVS and how there's tons of overlap and it was kind of spawned from
Do you pick the birds?
no.
He's a complete dipshit. You're like, this list is really good. He's like, Batman is a bird, and or Batman's not a bird, but Bat's kind of like a bird. And I was thinking like the birds are
The birds, man. Birdman.
the Penguin is a Batman show, and
But he talks about how this movie warrants analysis as a particularly ambitious development within the evolving superhero genre. It applies a remarkable amount of Hitchcockian thrills to a story pitting two protagonists against one another with a villain's conspiracy to create the first live-action Hitchcockian superhero thriller featuring branded, culturally established characters. By displacing its protagonists from their inherently justified positions, it creates a critically moral ambiguity that directly deconstructs the assumptions at the heart of Western society's two most archetypal superheroes.
that's also really interesting. I really do not see Hitchcock in Zack Snyder.
Me neither, but I thought it was an interesting read. And that's why I select The Man Who Knew Too Much from 1956.
Good movie. I've seen the original though.
You've seen the original, but not the Jimmy Stewart one?
Correct.
I've been thinking about doing a little Hitchcock week, but
Does does the Jimmy Stewart one have the scene where he throws chairs?
yeah.
That it's such a funny gag in the original. The amount of chairs he throws is like almost like a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's like insane.
We should do a double feature one night. The Men Who Watch Too Much Movies.
And then watch the Coen Brothers movie too.
Yeah. But that's unrelated.
Yeah.
And then we could watch BVS again.
And Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Next pick, I got Terrio and Affleck. The
Argo?
movie they collaborated on. Argo.
I've never seen Argo.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude,
I would like to.
Goodman. John Goodman, Alan Arkin. I believe
Some of our
Scoot,
guys.
I believe Scoot McNairy's in it. I could be wrong.
Scoot's Boot? Or
A Scoot McNairy type is in it. I forget the guy's name.
we should also say we love Scoot. Thank you. Thank
Shout
you,
out to
Scoot, for being in
Scoot.
this movie.
Giving her life, blowing up in
Yeah.
that wheelchair.
Suicide
We're
bomber.
so sorry.
Yeah. Scoot got drafted. They're sending him in a wheelchair over to the Middle East.
So sad.
So sad.
And cap us off on this slate, I have what I think is the definitive versus movie. Kramer versus Kramer.
Wow.
Not
Great
since
picks.
Kramer versus Kramer have we had an epic battle. But yeah, I would kind of love like a 70s domestic drama with Clark as a single dad raising a son while also
guess-
while also juggling trying to be Superman. Like, has that been done before?
Bruce, you slept with Lois.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Tie it in with the Snyderverse.
I guess Superman and Lois is maybe like that a little bit, but
Or Invincible? Is Invincible kind of like Omni-Man's
Invincible-
kind of like a dad, or am I wrong?
Invincible's really good, and I think Invincible. I was gonna say this earlier. I think Invincible is the best version of like evil Superman
Ooh.
because I like the I like
TV
the
slate. TV slate.
I like the trope of evil Superman, but I don't like evil Superman, the character. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I'm not interested
Because
in the
he's
character of
Superman.
Superman being evil, but like Omni-Man and Homelander, I find a lot more engaging.
Right. Like a 70s political thriller with original heroes could be really interesting.
Yeah, because Omni-Man I find fascinating because he is this alien who's 1,000 years old who goes to Earth so he can colonize for his race that has been almost wiped out, acts as a human pretty much for 20 years, falls in love with this woman, has a son, changes his heart, but he also lived for 980 years as a Viltrumite, and that programming is so deep inside his brain that he nearly murders his son and wipes out a whole city
Jesus.
because that is like what he was programmed to do. Goes into space, does it again, falls into a depression, and then realizes maybe I'm the bad guy, and then has to reckon with like it's like almost like a god, kind of in a Snyder way, reckoning with maybe what I'm doing is wrong, and then having to humanize himself, and eventually like turn against that race that he knows too well, that is in his soul, to be a Viltrumite and to conquer and to colonize and to destroy and to murder, and has to reckon with like the human side that he has now spawned.
Is that over the whole show,
Yeah.
or is that just
Yeah.
in season 1?
Over the whole show.
Okay.
But it's really it's really good stuff.
I'll check it out.
I love Invincible.
Maybe we can watch the Essential episodes together.
We have a lot.
We should write this
We
shit
have a
down.
lot to watch. We have a
You know
watch
what?
list longer than Batman v Superman.
Definitely. But that's my slate.
Fantastic slate, Sammy.
Thanks, Andrew.
So, Sam, picture this.
Yeah.
You're sitting on a couch. Your friend says, I want to watch the best superhero movie of all time about two best friends fighting.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, are we watching Batman v Superman? He says, oh, I was going to watch Captain America Civil War. Are you keeping Batman v Superman on the shelf? Or are you going to decide and watching the Russo brothers Captain America Civil War?
Wow.
And then also you get shot in the head in one of them too or something, because that's usually what happens.
That's usually how it ends.
Yeah, usually maybe Superman knocks a building onto you and your legs get crushed and you blow up in a Senate hearing.
I actually think I would rather watch... I think I might watch Civil War soon. Or should I watch it in 2 months when Civil War came out? Maybe that's the way to...
A 10-year anniversary, yeah.
Maybe that's the way to do it. But I guess obviously I would pick Civil War in this current moment. But I think it would be okay to take this off the shelf, take BVS off the shelf every 10 years. Just because I think it is such an emblematic film of the superhero. Like, we'll look back and be like, BVS. Like,
Sure.
and I think it'd be interesting to watch on the clock every 10 years and see how it changes, how maybe one year we'll watch it and be like, no superhero movies came out this year. Do you think that'll ever happen?
No. Maybe not soon, but in our lifetime, yes.
But yeah, I think it'll be cool to see Affleck younger as he gets older. Same thing with Eisenberg as Zuck Luthor. What are you laughing? Diane Keaton is dead. Gene Hackman is dead.
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford
Dead.
is dead.
And you know who's alive? Nick Reiner.
Damn.
Makes you think. No, it was just you. It was just you being excited to see the aging of Jesse Eisenberg. It made me laugh. he's gonna age like a less sexy version of Jeff Goldblum.
I don't know what he's gonna look.
He's gonna look exactly the same for 50 years and then die.
Damn. What about you, man? What are you doing? Are you taking?
I
Yeah.
love a big swing. I really do. I will always take a big swing over playing it safe or making it feel like it's made by a committee. So as always, I respect Snyder. I think of Snyder as I think of like John Lennon, an artist that many people love. I've tried to get into solo stuff. Does nothing for me.
Solo John.
Solo John, of course, I love him, the Beatles, and I
course.
love Zack Snyder and the Beatles too. He's maybe the fifth Beatle, but John's solo stuff has never connected to me. And it really, anyway, we're like Paul. I'm like wings, baby, wings, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, but John, I just like don't. There's something that just never clicked in my brain. I feel that with Snyder. I wish I had the passion for Snyder that some of these people have. These people go crazy for him.
Yeah, there's a dedicated fan base.
Yeah, and I think the last time I saw this movie was 2021 when when Justice League came out, a Snyder cut. So maybe every 5 years I'll come back to this movie and be like, is it good yet? And that is my answer. I do not think this movie is good. I do not think it holds up. It's painfully boring. Ideas are interesting in concept, but they fail in execution.
Yep.
Really good casting.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Great
visuals.
casting.
So good CGI. great performances, but that is not enough to make this interesting. It's not enough to make it fun. I know it's not supposed to be fun, but like I should enjoy a movie enough, unless it's like,
Listen, we love a depressing movie. We love a serious watch.
Virgin Suicides gives me a pit in my stomach every time I watch it, but that's more fun than VVS.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Yeah, and this just fell off the level for me, so I would have kept it on the shelf, and hopping back into the saga of Bucky and Steve Rogers, Stucky. We ship them at Shelf Warmers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you next week. Do you know what we're doing next week?
Not off the top of my head. Do you know?
Me neither. Let's take a look. We are not doing a theme month for a while.
We're going back to the one-off.
Get it out there. Just getting ahead of that.
We did a lot of themes.
Oh, dude, we're in for a treat. Maybe not a treat, but there's a new Mummy movie coming out.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy. How'd he get that top billing?
No one knows. So we will be going back and revisiting the Tom Cruise Mummy film, which is certainly a shelf warmer.
One of the few missteps from Cruise, and also bizarre that they uploaded that trailer and it didn't have all the sound effects in it. It's just mainly Tom Cruise going,
the kid from Polar Express just screaming.
Fantastic. Well, as usual.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
I never saw it.
Maybe? I don't know actually.
I feel
like maybe I pirated it and I skipped through it maybe at one point. Maybe on streaming I kind of just skipped through it. Because I kind of remember like...
Is Russell Crowe in it?
Maybe I'm just remembering the trailer too.
That's how I feel. I feel like I remember the trailer.
Russell Crowe is Dr. Jekyll, which is kind of fun.
Insane. All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Jake Johnson's in that movie.
What? All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as usual, thank you for listening. Rate, review us on Apple Podcasts, on Acast, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Comment, like on Instagram, shelfwarmers.podcast or _podcast. I always forget. I'm never going to check because why would I do that? I hate my own brand. Thank you for listening. We love you guys.
Love you all.
See you next week. Peace and love. Ringo Starr.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Thank you for listening to Shelf Warmers. If you have suggestions for films to take off the shelf, make sure to follow us at shelfwarmers.podcast or email us at shelfwarmerspod@gmail.com. New episodes out every Friday.